everybody, BrosForLife here, back with another video. Now in today's video, we are starting the final podcast, season 3, with our friend Virtual Party Center.
Pretty legit. Finally, the day has come.
Wow.
This has been quite the ride, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And you are over here. Oh, okay, so for anyone that doesn't know, Bros has been for the last 4 hours like, why doesn't my game look as good as yours? And he just found out his color settings were all effed up the entire time. But either way, this is the final episode of season 2, and things kind of come to a close for everybody. But this one's going to be a little bit different because this is the first time that Bros and I have different endings. We have completely different endings.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're kind of the same in a way, like it gets to the same point where something happens, but getting there are some really, really drastic things where we make choices that are completely different.
Yeah. Well, this whole season has been so different for both of us.
It has. Yeah, like I think the first major thing we did different was
with Conrad, right? Yeah.
Okay. And then that
we also,
I mean, it affected things. It definitely did. It didn't end up affecting the ending, I guess.
I mean, kind of. Conrad had a small appearance in the year end, but
I wonder because, okay, so like usual, if you haven't watched the season finale yet, go watch it before you watch this. But I wonder,
definitely
because
a good
doesn't
one.
Trip make a reference in your series about, you know, you killed Conrad, you know, I forgave you for that or something. What if you didn't kill Conrad and then you brought Trip with you? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
You don't know?
But either way, like Trip said, he understood. Yeah, well, yeah, I guess I see what you're saying.
More so, I don't know if it would affect anything in the game. I just wonder if it would affect the dialogue of what he would say.
I also wonder if he would have died where Ava died.
Conrad or a Trip?
Trip.
Yeah, I don't know. That one's a weird one because I watched yours and it looked like, to me at least, well, you know what? Let's just start off with our beginning of this the episode, and then let's get into that as we get to that point.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So it starts off, and we're on the. I'm watching my video right now. It pretty much starts off, and we are playing the game Bones/Dominoes with our family.
I've played that with my grandma before. Actually, it's really fun. It's called Mexican Dominoes.
I had a whole class in high school called Lifetime Activities, and we just played games the entire time. And we played this game. It was very fun.
It's such a fun game, though. Like, it actually is.
And in this instance, apparently they were actually gambling. Like, Bros has become such a little gambler in my Discord server where he's spending all his points. So, but they're gambling, and Javi loses to David, and he owes him money, and now we find out that Javi's broke, apparently, too. That we didn't know that. I didn't know Javi was broke.
Well, we kind of knew that, because we knew that he suffered from a gambling addiction, and that's how he got, like, fired from baseball or whatever.
I just assumed he just got fired because he gambled on himself. I didn't realize that he was actually broke from gambling at the point.
Yeah.
So that hit me. I was like, oh, snap. Okay. So we have to go buy this and then borrow money from our dad, which then we find out
has cancer. Which that took a really, really dark turn.
It did. And David got so angry.
David is such a jerk. He's such a pee-pee.
He is. Did you just say pee-pee?
Yes.
David, so in the moment, I was like more in Javi's position. I was like, just play it cool, ask him what's going on. And David's just like, you're a coward. You're a piece of crap.
I know.
Like, what are you doing to your dad?
He literally threw all of the dominoes on the ground. He's like, you're a freaking coward, you little piece of poop.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. He obviously has anger management issues.
Yeah.
But, you know, at least me and you seemed to reel him in a little bit when we were in the conversations, and in yours, you actually said, David, cool down, you know, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
I just stayed out of it.
Oh, yeah.
So at least we didn't aggravate him further if that makes sense.
Well, David didn't even really get that mad after I said that. He was just like, calm down, really?
Oh, really? That's all he said? I can't remember what you said. I was working at the same time I was watching, so it was kind of like I blurred it together.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we find out he had cancer, and David goes little, freakazoid
Aggro,
on him.
yeah.
He gets Larry in your face as and oh gosh, I made that reference before. I thought David is Larry mixed with someone. Who did I say? Do you remember who I said?
I think you said Kenny.
Yeah, okay, maybe it was like Larry mixed with Kenny, or I don't know, but it was more so about he's just so. Oh, it was Larry mixed with someone that was really strategic and like
Jane?
Not Jane. Oh crap! I can't remember who it was.
Was it from season 2?
I can't remember, but it was more so about he gets hot-headed like Larry, and he was like strategic like somebody that we realized who it was. But,
oh my gosh! Can you like? It's been a year since I played season 1, which is crazy.
And you're almost done with the entire series, which is even crazier.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. So I played season 1 back in like 2014 when it came out. And I had to wait so long to finally play all these games.
Yeah, that's true. Just
oh my goodness.
Quick FYI for people who are watching. We're actually recording this podcast the day we released the finale, so.
Right, May 2nd, 2021, we're recording this,
Yep.
which is, we were kind of waiting, because we didn't want to record the final, because we didn't know if we had different endings, we wanted that to
And
be a
we
surprise
did.
for each other, and we did,
Yeah.
which is a crazy cool circumstance, so we
I can't wait to talk about it.
came out until we kind of reviewed it, but yes, this is intense. So, we find out Dad has cancer, David gets aggro, and then pretty much it begins the actual start.
Not yet.
Of the episode,
I
right?
did want to mention how the dad did say that he wasn't. So I told him to fight, and after that he was like, "I'll try my best, but if he's like soon enough, I'll be a name carved in stone." Whether you and David can handle it or not. And he was saying that I want you guys to, no matter what, be brothers and stick together. So that kind of plays in later on in this finale. But
it does.
Yeah.
So the conversation here also plays into something that happens in my final episode as well, but it's different than what happens in yours too. So something that his dad says is when David leaves the room and tells you to be brothers, he tells you to be like good and comrades or whatever, he says legacy is all that we leave behind, so we have to make sure, and then later on at the end of my playthrough, something similar is stated by somebody, but it kind of made a full circle. I thought it was really cool, and that's what I named my final episode was legacy, because I thought it was such a cool reference, but still. So pretty much the dad wants us to be brothers and love each other no matter what, which plays into something later. But then the actual episode starts, and we pick up right from where we left off, where Kate exploded the wall. And what were your first thoughts when this was kind of happening?
Well, okay. As I said in the last podcast, I was so convinced that she survived, which she did. But so I called it there. But yeah, so it starts off with Javi screaming Kate, and then all the walkers come out, and pretty much Javier instantly bolts towards the truck to make sure Kate's okay. And then there's two like guards of Richmond firing at him at the same time. So like, what happened?
I paused it. Hold on, let me put it.
What?
Just hold on. I'm gonna send a picture of it in the Discord. I paused it in this moment. I sent it. Okay, there you go. I'll show it on my screen really quick.
What is that?
Okay, so I just paused it on this face right here. It's when he's saying, Kate.
What is that? Okay.
Okay, my lap is over. I was just enjoying that for what it was. Okay, continue on, bros.
Okay, so he's being fired at by these two guards in Richmond while he runs over to Kate, and he takes cover behind this really like unsturdy, like it's like a caution type of thing.
Oh,
what
the barrier? Right?
Yeah,
the barrier. Okay.
and they shoot it. The two guys shoot at it, and it somehow doesn't go through.
Yeah, they're made out of cement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why it didn't go through.
Okay, well, Javier was being smart, and he shot through, and he shot one of the people.
Yep, they ran away, and then you were able to go get Kate, and
there's no one there.
Kate, there's no one there because she got out, which creates a little bit of a problem in a few minutes after this. So she gets out.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yes. So everything happens. We find out Kate's not there. Then as we're running back around through town, David thinks he sees Kate and runs over and like tries to,
And you knew it wasn't Kate.
I could tell because of the way she looked, and also I didn't think she was wearing a ponytail at the time. So I
Which
was
she wasn't.
Right.
My
so
sister knew that too, and I don't know how I didn't catch on.
It was the same color shirt, and it was
Yeah.
the same type of thing, and that's what was meant to confuse people, I think. But at the moment, I was like, that doesn't look like her hair. It's not her. So David was confused.
Yeah,
and so were you,
I mean,
but
I was kind of confused, but I was like, that doesn't look like her, but that's gotta be her. So I don't know. I was kind of in the middle.
Right. David gets there, and the zombie takes him down, and he's like, oh gosh, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, Kate comes and whacks him on the
with a crowbar,
which was really cool. And suddenly, David's like, hi, oh my gosh, and she runs right by him into Javi's face. Like,
okay, she didn't hug you in yours, huh?
No, me and her.
Yeah, and mine, she walked straight past David and gave me a whole bear hug.
Yeah, I bet that felt nice for David. And then a little bit later, when you're like, we're in love, we love each other, David. Accept it.
Yeah, that. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. Yeah, but still. Okay, so after we do all that fun stuff,
okay,
we go and
Hold on.
see Clem and Gabe, right?
Yeah, but okay, I just wanted to point out, after I saw, so after I saw like Kate was okay, I started freaking out so much. I was like, I called it. And then it switched to Clementine teaching Gabe the knee trick, and I was like, yes, she's teaching Gabe.
A little stir crazy there. But it's all good because it literally she is showing him how to survive. Kate survived. Everyone survived that was supposed to survive. There we go. It's all good. You got excited about it.
How can you not get excited about that? Come on.
Right. No, I was underwhelmed. I'm not underwhelmed. I was just like not in the mood to be excited, I guess. And
because you're I don't know.
I'm a what, bros?
I don't know.
I'm a what? What am I?
Love you. Love you.
All right, so we started doing that stuff, and then after that, I actually don't remember what happened, so I gotta zoom ahead.
They get inside, and David starts screaming at.
Right.
Oh, it's different for us here.
Different for me and you. So you go ahead, tell us what happens in yours quick.
Okay. So, Gabe and Kate start screaming at David because he shot Joan. And I was like, okay, David, I don't think you should have gone that far. He was negotiating with us and saying we could go. And then, yeah, David's like, okay, come on, Gabe. Don't walk away from me. Because Gabe walks away and hides behind Javi. And then I'm like, He's not a child anymore, and David just gets all mad at me. So.
Bro, David and yours was so pissed at you and everybody, and oh my goodness.
You had a better relationship with him.
Yeah, he was 10 times more angry at you guys in your playthrough than he was in mine. Like,
yeah,
me and him pretty much got along in mine, and same with Gabe too. It was weird.
But I also think Gabe wasn't even that bad in mine. Now that I look at it, like there were some times where he was
made me mad in yours, even though I didn't even play it. He made me.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Oh,
there's multiple times where he made me so angry, but I don't know. I think for the most part he was okay.
I think the part that made me the most aggro was when we were in the. Was when what? Go ahead.
He blurted out.
Blurted out what?
What we did to Conrad?
What we did to Conrad. That's why you shot Conrad, huh? It's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You piece of crap. And then in mine, that didn't even happen because obviously I didn't shoot Conrad, and he like was being okay in mine. It was weird.
Yeah. And
yours was
and all that happened. The only reason that happened is because I told Gabe that his life was precious, and Gabe was like, "Oh, you're defending me? Okay, well, why didn't you defend Conrad when you shot him, huh? You little idiot."
Yeah, you little idiot. But yeah, so pretty much the difference between ours there is everyone was mad at David there for, taking out Clint, even though, they were offering a deal. In mine, I shot Joan and chaos broke loose immediately, but that was my fault, and David ultimately got spared from the innocence. No, he was more so innocent in that situation, and I was the one that took the blame. But
oh yeah,
still, Gabe and everybody, we weren't mad at each other. We were just kind of like, hey, glad you made it out of there, we're okay. They were mad at me like, hey Javi, why did you do that? They were discussing what we were gonna do, and so the blame shifted to me for that one, but it seemed to fizzle out fairly quickly.
But they were also pretty mad at David because he was defending you.
Correct. Yeah, everyone was mad at everybody except for whatever. Then what happens after that?
They go. Okay, Clementine and Gabe go with David to go. What were they doing? I don't remember. Go fix something, and then Kate and Javi said, "Let's make things right and try and help a few people." And we walked through that door, and that just, as Kate said, it looked like an absolute nightmare. It was. I don't know. It was just sad.
They ultimately created, it's hard to get into this because they say, Kate is like, I'm blaming myself for this.
Yeah, she's like, it's all my fault. Yeah.
But it's really not. It's Joan ultimately, if you think about it.
It really
Joan
isn't.
Was the one that caused the entire conflict.
Yeah.
And without Joan doing that, none of this would have happened. So Joan is the one to ultimately blame. Kate is just taking the personal note of it, like, I did this stupid thing, drove the truck into the wall. But none of it would have happened if Joan wouldn't have been meddling where she was.
But you realize the whole thing started because I think it was because we figured out that she was storing supplies, right? And we told
not
everyone.
Even storing supplies. It was she was raiding other camps for their supplies, which is what happened to Wellington, where we were currently staying.
Yeah, and okay, I thought I noticed that as soon as it happened, in the game. But then I looked at it and it didn't look the same. But then no, we did go back and figure out that one of the guys that shot
her name starts with an E, I think, right?
Edith,
yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
One of the guys that shot Edith at Wellington, that was Clementine's caretaker or whatever you want to call her.
The girl that led us into Wellington in the first place.
The guy that shot her was one of the same guys that was in Richmond. So
Yep.
They did raid Wellington.
Lonnie's his name, right?
I think it was a different guy. It looked like Lonnie, but I'm pretty sure it was someone else.
So we found out it was a guy that looked like Lonnie, but ultimately, it was just the more important thing is that they're the same people.
Yeah, they raided well. So, But yeah, so Kate and Javi are walking down the hall, and they get to the door where Rufus is in, the guy that we decided not to shoot in the beginning. Also, Eleanor's the one treating him.
Yep, Eleanor, Rufus, and the girl's name is Fern.
Yeah,
I
Fern.
learned that recently. I did not know that at the moment, but strange names. I never realized people, maybe they chose their names for the new frontier or something dumb. But either way, they're together. Rufus got bit.
Yeah.
And he's being taken care of by Eleanor.
I wonder how this would have played out if we decided to shoot him.
Right.
But also, I've been thinking about that decision a lot lately, because I've been thinking about it, I've thought like why the other side would have shot him, and I think if I had the chance to go back, I think I actually would have shot him. And I say that because thinking about it now, like if you decided to shoot him, he wouldn't be able to go back and alert everyone that you escaped.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh. Yeah, I see. If you shot him, because essentially he's the reason that everyone comes back to the junkyard, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Because he goes and alerts them.
Oh my goodness.
But I also suppose that either way they probably would have been there. But
right, yeah, the thing you're thinking of actually makes sense though, because
right,
if he would have died there, then they wouldn't. I mean, they would have been alerted probably. Like, okay, where's Rufus with the truck? You know, he's not showing up. That would have been much later than what happened.
Yeah. So I think now that I think about it, either way is definitely like good decision.
Right. I completely agree.
But yeah, so I wonder how that would have played in if we decide to shoot him. I'm assuming it probably would be someone else, but
yeah, I'm thinking probably someone else. You know, it'll probably play it the same either way, but it's
what if it was Fern? Oh gosh.
What if it was her on the bed?
Yeah.
Yikes. Slap her the arm. Oh God. Hey, all right, sorry about that. What if it was just her? Yeah, one person. I guess then if it was just her, then we wouldn't lose two people. We would lose, you know, one person, I guess. You know what I mean?
I mean, Fern didn't really die, but
I mean, I'm saying in the if she was the one on the bed, then her daughter and her would be dead, not just, you know, I guess two. I'm being dumb. It's two people either way.
I don't know. We're rambling about this. So
yeah, we get closer to see them, and Eleanor's the one treating them. Eleanor over at us like, hey, what are you doing here? You gonna cause more problems? And we're like, hey, shut up, first of all, you traitor.
Oh yeah, she was mad at you because you got Trip killed.
Yes, apparently I did, but in my playthrough, remember
you did
her plan, and I was like, hey, save Trip, and she gets mad at me either way. I'm like, you are something else.
For me, it makes more sense because I said Ava, and also I did shoot Conrad. That's another reason she was pissed at me, but yeah.
Right. And also, there was a choice that I wish I would have chose, where she got mad at me saying, you got Trip killed, and there was this dialogue option that says I wanted to save him. I really wish I'd have picked that because I want to know what she was saying, but I didn't. Yeah. So it's whatever, but I'll probably look it up in a little guide after we're all done with the story.
So yeah, Fern comes up and go ahead. Sorry.
No, you got it. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, Fern comes up and she's like, we need to try and cut his arm off. And Eleanor and everyone's like, no, it's too far gone. He's been bitten for a while now. But she's so confident that it works. So I'm just like, okay, for her sake, I'll try it. But I know it, because in my mind, I knew it wasn't going to work. But I just tried it for her sake. Yeah.
I thought in your playthrough, you weren't going to do it. Like, I knew in my playthrough, I was like, all right, cool. I'm just going to go do it because whatever.
Wait, why did you think I wasn't going to?
Because I knew that you knew that it was too far gone either way, and that you didn't want to cause any more pain to him because of what happened to Lee, and we already knew taking off an arm doesn't do much. But
they also didn't patch her up like at all.
Right, very true.
Yeah.
But either way, we cut off the arm, and then he dies, and then Fern gets all upset and starts waving a gun on our face.
Yeah. And that came out of nowhere too. We were just saying like, I'm so sorry that happened. And then Eleanor was like, I told you it was too far along. And we were like, let's just give him a sec to mourn. And then she comes out and just like, what you do? You caused all of this.
You caused all these problems. I lost my little girl because of you, and my husband, and my blah, 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 blah. And in that moment, she's yelling, angry. We're trying to defend ourselves, and Kate steps in front of the gun. Like, no, I caused this. I caused all this
actually thought that she was going to shoot Kate.
I did too. I severely thought it. I was sitting there.
The reason I thought that too was because, like, I knew that if I was in front of the gun, I wouldn't have died because we're the main character and we're not that close to the end yet. But when Kate stepped in front, I was like, okay, this actually might not end well. Yeah.
This might be more problematic.
Yeah, exactly.
So she's talking to Fern, and saying, it's my fault, but we want to fix things, do everything right. Fern is lowering her gun slowly but surely, and then out of nowhere, David just whack,
and he breaks her off. Yeah.
It was very unexpected, and then he goes over and shoots Rufus right in the face.
He was turning though.
Yeah,
he was coming back.
I didn't catch that in mine. I didn't catch it. I thought he was still alive for a second, but in yours, you caught it. You were like, oh, he's turning. That's okay.
Yeah.
But then he goes and tries to shoot Fern on the floor, and then Gabe jumps on him like, don't do that. And he freaking shoves Gabe off of him. And
I think he hurt Gabe too.
I don't remember if he did or not. Let me zoom in.
Yeah, he did. Because Gabe is like, ow, my elbow.
Let's see. We'll go there.
He lands right on his arm in a bad position. He's like, ow.
Yes, you're right. He does. So then everyone's all scared of David. And he's like trying to say, oh, she was going for her gun.
But she wasn't. Yeah, she was just backing up.
So David at that point, we're all like, okay, David, you're kind of scary. And oh my gosh,
What'd you do?
Paused it on another.
Now what?
Why do I keep pausing it on these moments?
Why do you keep pausing it?
Well, no, I'm just zooming through. He looks like a ghost.
Oh no!
I'm gonna zoom it up again quick. Oh, whatever. I'm just zooming through the story, and I'm just pausing. It's paused right now, and it just has these frames of it. Just, oh my goodness.
Okay.
Okay, so everyone's scared of David, and then he's like, I'm on my own, aren't I? And then he just walks off, right?
Yeah, you said that so fast. I'm on my own, aren't I? They just walked off.
He just walks off. But
yeah,
that's the end of this episode, episode 15, right? And then the next one, it begins as we are meeting David on the roof.
He looked like he was gonna kill himself.
He legitimately looked like he was ready to just pop off. And I was really scared at that moment because in the moment, remember, my relationship with David was a lot stronger than what you guys have had. But also in the moment too, not as much hate towards David had happened in my playthrough versus yours. Everyone kind of just despised him in yours. In mine, we were all kind of getting along. So I thought he might do it, but I was also holding on to the thought that maybe he wouldn't, and maybe he was just looking. I don't know. But in yours, I was genuinely worried. He was just pop and go.
But after he started talking to us, it made sense because he was just like, he was looking everything and just getting a view of everything, I guess.
Yeah, he was using his like military brain to lay out the land or something. Was that right?
Yeah, he said that water hole or something over there. Perfect place for a trench. And then that big hill to the left. Perfect, a sniper's dream or something like that.
Right. Okay. So basically, he, instead of, contemplating jumping off, he was more so going, oh, okay, this is how I think about things. I think, hey, this is perfect for military. This is all I am. This is who I am. And, can I change from being like this? And we both said, yes, you can. It takes time.
Right.
But it can happen. And I keep looking over at that picture of David in the Discord. I'm going to zoom out of that.
Stop.
Okay. So, we get up there with him and pretty much convince him to get down, right? And then, kind of an awkward moment comes up for us.
He was also saying that, he was saying that he wants to, you said change, but specifically he wanted to become more like Javi.
He did?
Yeah, he said, I wish I had your heart sometimes.
Oh, right. He was more so, he was like saying, I kind of took it as like he likes who he is, but he also wishes that he wasn't like that sometimes and was able to be more considerate and open and gentle.
Yeah.
And he can't. He's like, that's when he was like, can I change? And we were like, it's possible, but we're good. Okay. So yeah, we were talking to David.
Yeah.
And then we pretty much convinced him to step down with us, right?
Yeah, and then Kate comes in, she's like, oh my gosh!
She's like, she saw David on the ledge.
Yeah, she was like, everyone come quick!
Everyone come watch him jump!
Oh my, okay. That option at the beginning, just jump hard.
At first, I don't know if I caught that. Maybe I did. I don't know.
No, you did. You did. You
just jump already. Oh, I'm looking at it right now.
Oh my gosh.
I'm very, very concerned if someone actually picked that and he was like, okay, bye.
Oh, jeez.
So,
okay.
Yeah, we convince him ultimately to get down, and then everyone comes up along with whoever we didn't save or didn't choose to save when we chose to pick someone to save. So for me, it was Ava. For you, it was Trip. Pretty awkward, but...
For you, it was. For me, we still acted like we were best friends, which was weird.
Yeah, and it was also weird too because I had a plan and I knew what was happening. I knew that she was gonna freaking lie, and in yours, you actually didn't know, but then Trip was like, hey man, don't sweat it, it's all good, whatever. And mine,
yeah,
if it was like, if I had to choose between you and your brother, you wouldn't want to be hearing that choice. I'm like, oh, okay, thanks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was really interesting, but I told her the truth of what happened. I said I knew I saw her.
But she didn't believe you, did she?
I think she did. I think she kind of believed it, but Trip, he called you out and said, hey,
don't BS a BS. Yeah.
So, that's what
happened. But yeah,
Trip
was really nice, and he was like, I just can't shake this feeling that I'm in shoes that don't quite fit. And he's like, I keep trying to put myself in your position about Conrad and all that. I keep wanting to say that I'd love to say that I wouldn't have shot him in your position, but I can't. I understand what you're saying and going through. If it was my family member being threatened, I would have shot him in a heartbeat. And then he was like, geez, I shoot him twice just to make sure the lesson stuck. So he definitely understood, and I felt so good that I had Trip there.
Right, yeah, when you said, or when I saw what happens when you have Trip there, I was kind of like, oh, this is pretty cool. And I didn't realize it was going to be so... It was weird, because in your playthrough, Trip and Eleanor were both kind of like, we'll never trust you again. You are not in this group anymore. You're not allowed here when they found out you killed Conrad. And then suddenly Trip at the end's like, hey, whatever, dude. Cool with me.
Yeah.
Oh, that was such a switch. I wasn't expecting that at all. So, it is what it is for my playthrough. I still enjoyed it thoroughly.
Man, I can't wait to do once we're done with season 4, the tier list video we're gonna be doing on all the characters. That's gonna be fun.
That will be pretty prime. I'm for it.
Yeah.
But continuing on our story, we pretty much decide, okay, guys, what do we got to do? You know, how are we going to handle this? And we decide to go find the cars in the garage, ultimately.
Right.
But we have to get there first. So we hop over the
Oh gosh.
the roof.
That was.
I thought we were gonna fall, like from jumping onto that, like stairwell type thing.
You thought we were
You know what
gonna
I'm
fall
talking
in. Oh, that. Yeah.
The thing that you sent the video of you smashing your head into. Okay, for those of you that haven't seen what I'm talking about,
I'll play that. I'll play that in the podcast. Right
yeah, I'll play it
now.
right now.
Come on. Let's jump.
Get wrecked.
Okay, so then after that goes through, there you go. But yeah, I thought we were all gonna fall there because
Yeah.
when it emphasized when we jumped in, like it landed, it was like doom, and I was like,
Yeah, it reminded me of the same scene from season 1
with Ben.
Ben and Ken. Yeah.
Yes! I
And
thought for sure that we were gonna fall.
and it
but-
didn't even really highlight that. It showed Javi and then one other person jump and then it just teleported the
It's
camera
like,
to the
alright,
top.
next scene.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know.
I was like, whatever. Okay, but then we. Okay, where was I picking up? Oh yeah, so we're starting to head over to the, I guess the car area, and to get
David
there, we had
was-
to go on a highway overpass. And
Oh, yeah.
as we're I'm
But
kind of starting off.
David was like, "Hey, why do you think Kate hugged you?"
Oh, as we were walking there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and in yours, you just stayed silent, didn't you?
Well, I was gonna say ask yourself, and then it timed out.
It timed out. Okay, so I said the actual you ask yourself, and then he just says it's weird. That's all I'm saying. I'm like, you don't know the half of it, buddy. Especially
Yeah.
in Bro's playthrough. So yeah, if you guys haven't watched mine versus Bro's like entire thing, in my playthrough, I was pretty distant from Kate a majority of the time.
Yeah, you
I
were.
thought, hey, you know, it's my brother's wife. I'm not gonna do anything, you know, blah blah blah. Bros, on the other hand,
Oh, yeah. Okay. So.
Bros on the other hand was like, I'm gonna swoop in on this action. So
So you know when we were going up that like the scrap piece of metal, the metal bridge type thing? Below, we saw a guy getting bit, right?
that was the guy that we saw that hit us or stabbed us
Stabbed
in
us.
that the armory.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you caught on to that. I didn't catch on to it until I was editing it. I was like, I recognize him, and then I was like, oh, that's the guy that stabbed us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I caught on to it when I was watching your playthrough of all things.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, ultimately David's starting to catch on. There's something between us. I mean, kind of between us and mine, majorly between us and Bros.
Yeah.
And then we walk onto the highway, kind of highway overpass.
I think that was a
And-
bridge, right? That got destroyed in the middle.
Highway bridge,
Yeah.
something like that. And in this moment, Gabe kind of shows us he's matured a little bit.
Yes.
Go on
And-
a little bit about what
okay.
you thought about what he said.
Well, okay, so Gabe has obviously still been a jerk in my playthrough pretty much. But I don't know, I kind of saw this, like what he was saying, as a sign of like
Maturity?
a apology.
Apology, okay.
But I understand he said that the same thing to you. But yeah, I took it as a different approach to it. So
Okay.
I'll
so
let
thought
you
it was
go
more of an
ahead and-
apology.
yeah, I'll let you go ahead and describe what he was saying.
So you thought it was an apology, or like him saying, you know, okay, you know, I know butthole to you, but I now I want to be like you, kind of in a way.
Yeah.
In mine, it was more so like I thought he was just, you know, maturing and becoming more of like the person that he wanted to be, because both of us in a way have never made him make his choices, I guess, except for the few in the beginning when it's like, hey, we're going to stay the night here. I'm like, no, you can't. But you said yes. And the stupid trailer park thing or whatever, the junkyard.
He got so mad at you about that.
He did. I'm like, okay, dude, it's not safe. But whatever. So I pretty much thought it was a sign of maturity, and you thought he was apologizing, which in a way, both of them they're in the same area. So
yeah.
Then we head over to the.
Oh well, did you want to say what he said?
I don't even remember what he said in mine. I just remember it was.
Well,
like, hey,
pretty much he was saying,
or...
yeah, he was saying that his dad always asked him as a kid, what do you want to be when he grow up? And Gabe would point to him, and then he was like, don't be like your uncle. And then,
right. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I was like, if he asked you again, what would you say? And he said, he hasn't asked me yet. But then, yeah, he pretty much said, well, I would want to be like you, Javi. So that's... Which
was really surprising to me.
Really?
Also, because in mine, he's had a few aggro moments, like he pushed Gabe off of him that one time. Other than that, though, there wasn't really much of a reason.
Well, towards the end, oh my gosh.
Towards
okay.
the end, and when Gabe gets freaking smacked
that's actually not even that far away. We're getting there pretty fast.
We're getting really close. Yeah. Which I'm also noticing we're 47 minutes into the podcast already, which is pretty nutty.
But we also have like 3 pauses that were like a minute or too long.
Right. But yeah, so Gabe, in my area, there hasn't been much happening where Gabe would be like, I look at you, Javi, I want to be like you. But then again, I also realized that Gabe spent the majority of his childhood so far
with us,
Javi.
4 years.
So, 4 years, which is a long time.
The only reason I'm keeping track of that is because, it honestly could have been 4.5 by now, but back in the junkyard, what?
By the way, it's also confirmed that Clementine is 18 in season 4.
Wow.
So I'm going to make my comments this time around.
Mitch.
I'm just saying, bros.
Gosh. Okay, but I don't remember what I was saying now.
You're saying that he spent the majority of his time with
yeah, because Kate said in the junkyard it's been 4 years.
So what's making you pay attention to that again? You were saying I'm paying attention to that now because, and then I interrupted you.
Oh, well, no, I was just saying the only reason I'm paying attention to that is because Kate said, like, I'm keeping track of that because Kate said in the junkyard that's been, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So after doing that conversation with Gabe, we have to meander ourselves around
this car.
The car that's hanging really close to the edge of the road. So,
and then Trip saves us for me, and Ava saves you in yours.
Right, but this is also where something happens between our playthroughs that differ pretty heavily.
Yeah.
Bros, what happens in yours?
So, as Trip is walking over, there's a walker that's like kind of hidden behind the dashboard in that car, and he grabs Trip over the neck, and Trip he does a WWE thing and tosses him over his head. But yeah.
See you later, sucker.
Yeah, and the line he said here, it was so funny. It was like, frick you, frick stick.
What?
Yeah,
that's frick stick. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and then pretty much the exact same thing happens in mine, except for Ava doesn't get to say frick you, frick stick. She actually just dies.
Yeah.
Which was very surprising.
You thought she lived through that? I don't know why you thought that.
Well, the only reason is because this game seems like pulling fast ones on us, and whenever we don't see somebody die, they might come back later on.
Wait.
What?
There's water underneath.
Oh, there is?
I'm just realizing that because when we get to the helicopter, you look down and there's water.
Interesting. So in my playthrough, Ava may very well still be alive. I doubt it though, because who knows? Maybe Trip is still alive and will come back in season. Because we saw Trip, both of them collide off the side of the thing, right?
Yeah, but Trip had multiple walkers going down with him, so they probably bit him. But
He's
again,
had multiple objects going down with him, but remember on the way down, one of the walkers smacked into that pipe. So.
Oh yeah. Well, Trip also did. His head hit that pipe.
Oh, it did? Oh, I thought
Yeah.
that was a walker head.
No, that was Trip.
Oh, Trip's dead, dude. Oh,
Yeah.
That's sad. Oh no. All right. Well, either way, that was a pretty monumental moment for each of ours, where Ava died and Trip died, regardless of our choice to save them and the choice, I guess. And it's unfortunate that that happened, but it kind of
makes sense.
A way for maybe that they did survive somehow, and they can come back later. It'd be kind of cool if they did.
Yeah.
But, go on to what happens after that moment with the helicopter.
Oh well, I guess we didn't really go over that much, but I did want to say that blade looked sharp.
Which blade? The
helicopter.
Blade?
Yes.
I can't imagine holding that with my fingers.
Wouldn't that hurt?
That's what I said.
But then again, it also looked really thick. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked rusty and sharp. So
yeah,
I was like,
it looked
that's probably gonna hurt either way. But
jagged,
whatever.
but it looked. I don't know. Yeah.
So what Bros is referencing is there's a giant helicopter downed on the the overpass over the bridge,
and we have to use the blades to swing across.
Yes, which is scary AF.
And then, okay, so the second to last guy that used that was David, and David put his whole body on it.
He's a friggin' idiot. I have a lot to say about this.
Okay.
Because as we were starting to question, should we do this? Gabe was like, I'll go first. I'll do it. Whatever. So then Gabe starts walking up to it, and David walks up to him like, okay, here's what you got to do. Don't take too many quick steps.
Which made
don't
sense.
Jump up, or you'll put your weight on it and it'll fall down.
Yeah,
so I'm like, okay, David knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
And then when David goes, he jumps on top of it. I'm so mad. He's a moron. And I'm like, you just tried to tell your son what not to do, and then you do it.
Funny. I didn't even notice that.
I was so mad at him.
That's stupid.
Didn't even listen to your own advice.
Oh gosh. Oh man.
Whatever. Okay.
But yeah.
So David causes the thing to collapse a little bit. So then when Javi goes on it, we end up falling, and the whole helicopter blade.
I started freaking out.
Yeah, I think that was the most I've seen you freaked out in a game. You even said, I'm getting anxiety right now.
Yeah. I was so scared.
So, in the moment though, besides being scared, what did you think was going to happen if we, couldn't get back up? Because it crossed my mind that we couldn't get ourselves back up because there was a walker right there.
Yeah.
Did you think about what would happen if you fell or no?
Honestly, not really.
In my mind, I somewhat thought we were gonna have to drip ourselves down or something, or climb down slowly.
Oh,
and
that would have made sense.
Eva or Trip that was down there that survived the fall somehow. That's what I thought, but apparently
that would have made sense. Yeah.
So my theory didn't play out very well, but I thought maybe we would meet our fallen.
Because there were vines there. We could have climbed down with the vines.
Right, I have to zoom ahead, don't I? Okay, let's go up here.
But yeah, so then for me, Trip is the last one. And oh my gosh, Clem is so sweet. Clementine. It's like, we have to go back for him.
Oh, we missed something major. I'm totally sorry.
What?
It was before we jumped on the helicopter blades, and Clementine was saying, did David really have to leave him, AJ?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I totally skipped over that. Where, and then suddenly David is overhearing us and said,
It's like
AJ
David's
was a brat.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've been talking a little bit. My throat hurts. I'm going to get some water. Go ahead and
But then he said,
Yeah,
at the end, he was like, oh, I missed that brat, which was really sweet. But.
Right. So, yeah, it was weird. He kind of explained what happened. They had a bad winter, and
that's like the second or third time that our character's hearing that, because he was saying that to Javier in the church with Joan and Clint.
Right.
Yeah. But
so Clementine is the first hearing it, right?
Yeah.
So at least she had like somewhat of an idea. But
and
then
also what were you gonna say? No, what were you gonna say? I
was gonna say me and you both had different opinions on what happened, because as he was saying it, Clementine's like, you didn't have to give him up. And in my mind, I was like, if David thought that's what the boy needed to survive, if Richmond couldn't keep him around, I was like, okay, maybe that makes sense. But then in your playthrough, you said I'm with Clem on this one, where David's responsibility. So go on about what you were thinking about.
Well, okay. The reason I thought this is because I understood where David was coming from, because like I understood where he was coming from, but at the same time, Clementine cared so much about AJ. That was like the only person she had right then. So that's kind of why I was siding with her, and I was like, how could you give AJ up when that's all Clementine has?
Gotcha. Okay. And also I can kind of see maybe if David gave him up, that it would have been, circumstantial. But if David had to give up AJ, why not just go find Clem and give AJ back to him, or get back to her? So whatevs. It's whatevs. Okay, so ultimately we get across the helicopter, all of us do except for
Trip
and Ava. And then we see, we walk a little bit further and see that the car garage is overrun with walkers. And we have to find our way to get there.
And Gabe is a smart boy, and he's like, oh, we can use a generator.
Yeah, he pulled off a smart boy plan, and David's like, hey, you getting pretty smart, man. When did you get so smart?
I tried to make a joke, and I was like, hey, I taught him well. And then David was like, oh my gosh, and we were joking about it. And then
the eyes, he gave me like the
but he was giving it like a funny stare. Like me and like David took it as a joke, like I was trying to say it, until Gabe said it's okay, Dad. He did. And I was like, okay, Gabe, I was trying to joke with my bro a little bit. And then yeah,
whatever. I just let his dad talk to him because I didn't want to interfere. But whatever. So someone gives us an idea of what to do about these walker problems, and what happens next.
Clementine with the big brain, and this is a second, or she's done it 2 times already. One in season 1 with Lee going to the Marsh house, going back from the Marsh house, remember?
Right, yep.
And then the second time last season while we're trying to get out of Harvest Camp.
Yes. Oh, wow. She is battle hardened. Oh, my goodness. I didn't even realize that. Yeah, so she's not the one that has to do it this time. She gives someone else the idea. So
I found that conversation between Clementine and Javier so funny and so cute.
I can't remember what happens, but yes, I agree.
She was like, instinct's really bad, and he's like, ah,
like bad or worse than you would imagine. Yeah. And everyone's okay. Javi's like, all right, well, I got myself into this. Okay, whatevs.
Yeah.
So then Javi goes down, knocks out a walker, cuts out the guts, and meanders his way through the crowd to turn on the generator, and things get really interesting when they enter the garage.
Yes, they do.
This is where our stories turn. Our stories completely separate.
Well, yes, actually, yeah.
They okay. Maybe 5 minutes into the garage, they separate completely, but all right.
Okay, so we get a
little bit different, because Bros has different dialogue than me because he fell in love with Kate and I didn't. Okay, go ahead, Bros.
Okay, so pretty much what happens is we turn on the generator, we get into the garage, all the walkers are distracted by the generator, so they don't even know that we're in the garage. So yeah, we're talking, and David's like, okay, there's this truck, we gotta get back home. So the last place we were all family together, and he was like, Clementine, you're coming with us because you helped with my family. So we're all like, hey, this is a big problem. And well, at least for me, I was like, no, that's not the plan. We're gonna get ourselves killed. Home is gone, my friend. And
my friend.
Leave me alone. So yeah, I was agreeing with Kate, and then Gabe was the only one that said, I'm with you, Dad. I love you, and I think he kind of wanted to get to know him better, right? Because he really didn't know his dad much.
Yep, and he's like, you wouldn't understand, he's my father.
Yeah.
And it makes total sense why he would want to go with him if he never thought he was going to see him again.
Right.
So, yeah, I understand completely.
But yeah, so okay, I didn't like how David was still treating us like he's the boss of everyone, because he was like, that's an order.
Right, and that's when Kate slapped him.
Yeah, that's when Kate went up and she was like, smack!
Whapped him right in the face, and you do not get to do that. We are not your soldiers. How dare you, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
When are you going to realize you can't do that to us, David? And then she goes, I am done with you. And I was like, ooh.
And for you.
Says, I am done with you, the moment she says, I am done with you, is when our stories completely split.
Yes.
Because then the moment she turns around and she says to me, I can't believe I loved you. And then I can't believe I loved either of you. Then in yours, she walks up and kisses you.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting moments.
That happened. And okay, the funny thing is, I didn't even acknowledge the fact that David was watching. The first thing that I was like, and he was like, and she kissed me with my walker guts all over.
Yeah, I was noticing that. Like, I thought you were gonna be like, we're kissing right in front of David. Oh my gosh! And the moment you're just like, wow, she kissed me with walker guts. Gross.
Come on, you should know me by now.
Yes, I realize now.
But yeah,
still, we pretty much have a similar conversation where David is very mad. Like, what does he mean? Or what does he mean by that? Huh? What's going on? And then in Bros, he says,
we're in love.
Yes. In mine, I'm like, it was all her. I didn't have any part of it.
Yeah. And he didn't believe you.
Yeah, he didn't believe me. And
so
then
he starts punching us.
Yep. When Bro says punch, he doesn't mean punch. He means punch.
What? Pow!
Pow. Smack. And then he grabs a friggin' wrench.
So, yeah, that happened. And then it gives you the option to either fight back or say, I love you. And I kept saying, I love him.
That was probably the smart call. Because I looked up a thing and I typed in, so I did exactly what I told you not to do because I knew you'd see spoilers, but I knew a way how to not do it.
Ow.
There's a thing I have on Chrome called Unspoiler, and it blocks spoilers. Oh. So I set it up to block The Walking Dead Season 4, and okay, whatever.
Okay, so what happens?
So if you fight back, well, okay, it's interesting. If you fight back whatsoever, you cannot save David at all. You can't say David whatsoever. David dies ultimately no matter what. if you say I love you over and over and over, you have a chance to save him.
Yeah.
Okay, so this kind of goes into what happens after this. So I'll kind of wrap it up with the conclusions. So David's fighting you, smack. Then Clementine like pulls a gun and she's like, stop.
Yeah.
She points it at David's head. David stops, and then we realize the walkers are coming towards us. And we have to go back inside the garage.
No, they aren't.
We do. And what?
No, they aren't. Wait, yes, they are. Sorry.
Yeah, they go back inside the garage.
And David locks us up.
We turn around and David slams the door with Gabe, and they drive off once we pull up.
But also, the reason that Clementine pulled her gun is because she remembered the fight between Kenny and Jane last season, the season finale.
Want to get to the point that it got with them, which is very smart. So, as we are now on to the final episode of the series, I just noticed that. Essentially, so David and Gabe drive off on their own, and we are left with the decision to save Richmond with Kate or go after Gabe and David. And it was a weird thing as well. And I can explain what happened with Clementine and why she made the choice that she did to go with you.
Oh,
or
you
to go
can?
on her own. Yeah.
Okay.
So, in the moment, you can choose to go with Kate and save Richmond, or go with and find David and Gabe and protect them. So, the thing with Clementine is Clementine can either choose to do exactly opposite of what you do. She can kind of leave the choice up to you, or you can choose to just go with you no matter what.
Yeah.
It all depends on your choices that you made in the flashbacks. So the reason why she didn't go with you was because you chose to not take Ava's offer to go to the New Frontier.
Really?
Yeah, so it showed, or it gave her a lack or a sense of distrust. So, she couldn't trust what was going to happen, so she went on her own.
Oh.
So that's what happened, and that's why in mine she chose to go with me, is because I chose to, go with Ava in the
But
flashback.
then this also brings me to something, because while I was replaying all the endings, the first time I did it, Clementine said she's going with Kate no matter what. So how does that work?
Oh, interesting.
And then I'm assuming there's probably another one where she goes with Gabe no matter what.
She goes after Gabe no matter what. So, okay. So it all depends. It's a really weird. Hold on. Let me just.
Are you able to pull it up?
A second. Yeah. Just give me.
Okay.
And 3. Got it. Okay. So I have the spoiler blocker up. We're all good. Let's go right there and pull that right there. Is it episode 4 or episode 5? Is there 4 episodes or 5 episodes? 5 episodes. Okay, so let me go here. Pull that up, and there we go. Okay, so Soul Survivors, nope. Victory, that's not the one we're looking for. Family values. Here it is. Got it. Okay.
Okay.
So let's go here. Go to the shed right there. Okay. So Clementine, there it is. Okay, Clementine has decided to intervene by shooting David and stopping the fight, which is what happened in your playthrough. It's a potential thing.
Yeah.
But if you say I love you when you're fighting David, you'll continue to stay on David's side and won't fight back regardless of his attacks. This approach will enable you to save David if you decide to follow him. So, which you didn't. You didn't follow him.
Yeah.
Which you went with Kate. The fight back option, you'll turn hostile and start fighting back. As a result, Javier won't be able to save David during the possible rescue.
Okay.
Then, Clementine has decided to intervene by shooting David and stopping the fight. Unfortunately, David takes game. What?
How does that work? What makes her shoot David?
I don't know. I didn't have her shoot mine or shoot him. You had them, that happened in the other playthrough, right?
Yeah, once I played it again.
Played it again. David takes Gabe with him and decides to escape. You will be subjected to a twist, which is a result of the decisions undertaken in the previous episodes. Clementine will decide if she wants to go with Kate or follow Gabe. Everything depends on the impression your previous decisions have made on the girl. So then the cards are on the table. You'll need to decide whether you want to join Kate or follow David and Gabe. Pretty much this is where everything comes into place. So it's a very confusing, conflicting area. But if Clementine says she is going to go after Gabe and David, and you go with Kate, which is what happened in your playthrough, then David dies no matter what, and she saves Gabe.
Okay.
And if she says, I'm going to go, oh gosh, I'm already messing up. If she says, I'm going to save Kate, and you go after David, or she goes with Kate to save Richmond, and you after David and Gabe, David and Gabe both die, which is a pretty serious ending.
Wait, if you go
alone after David and Gabe.
Really?
Yeah. They both end up dying.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. David is bitten and dies, and Gabe is bitten and dies.
But that also would have happened for you if you decided to go with Kate.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because then
it would have been too long.
Came with, and they would have been dead either way. But if you go searching for Gabe and David yourself, David's already dead, but you get to talk to Gabe as he's bitten and turning.
Which is the one that I had, and I was crying.
Oh, you saw that ending?
Yeah, that's the only ending other ending I got to play besides mine. And I was crying. It was so sad.
Yeah, I haven't seen the actual videos. I'm only reading an article, just kind of just explaining out the choices. And then the other outcome is what happens with me, where I went with Clementine to save Gabe and David, and then Kate.
So honestly, I'm glad that I decided not to join the New Frontier when Ava did that, because if I did that, it would have been either Gabe and David dies, or Kate dies.
Yep.
So I think I had the best ending out of all of them.
Oh yeah. And so it kind of goes on how you played the entire season as well. Because in your playthrough, you fell in love with Kate, and then you got to live and start a family with Kate and Gabe surviving. In my playthrough, I was kind of buddy with David, and I wasn't too far into a relationship with Kate, and David and Gabe both survived. So in my playthrough, I thought my playthrough went pretty good with an ending. So
really? You liked yours?
Yeah, I liked mine a lot, because in the end, Kate ended up being a savior for Richmond. She saved the day and died a hero.
Yeah, that's true.
I got to keep my family in a way. So I don't know. It just kind of goes on how your viewpoint is on
personally,
relationships.
I liked Kate way more than David, and you were kind of the opposite, right? So I guess we both got what we wanted then.
Yeah, more so, I wasn't infatuated with Kate. She wanted a relationship. I wanted more so a family ship. I wanted to just be her family and not be intimate with her at all. And that helped keep a lot of the pressure between me and David low too. Yeah. So whatever. Okay, let's continue on. Bros, this is going to be kind of the part where we split off, and what I mentioned at the beginning, it's kind of different for the podcast. Bros, kind of go and say what happened.
I'll let you go first.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, so essentially, I chose to go after David and Gabe on the motorcycle with Clementine, and Kate went to go save Richmond. So me and Clementine are riding through the city, going super fast, super fun. And
to be honest, that shot with, oh my gosh, just that ride with you and Clementine was so cool.
So sick. It was so sick. I'm so happy that I got that shot.
Yeah.
So then we're driving through there. We're following the walkers on the ground, and we find David and Gabe crashed in the car, and walkers are surrounding them. And I got to do some of the coolest battle boss with my bat ever done, and just ding, 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 smash.
See, with me, okay, I liked your ending more. Like I liked your action more. Everything you had to do.
Ride on the bulldozer, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you talk about that in a second. Yeah. So I see what you're saying. A lot of riding through the city in motorcycle. We get there and I start smashing zombies on the friggin' head with my baseball bat, making the ding noise every time I do.
It was so long and so cool too. You did it for so long.
Yep, and the last zombie that I smacked, if you pay attention, I like hit him on the head, his eyeball like pops out.
Yeah.
It was really cool. But then we get there, David and Gabe are both still alive, and I have the talk after everything is cooled down. But David is kind of walking away saying, you know, it's over for me. I don't want to. I don't belong here. I can't change. And then I get to do the famous line that I referenced from beforehand, and it's, you know, legacy is all that we leave behind.
Yeah.
Who are you going to be, David? And then he just walks away. And that was kind of the end of the interaction with David, is I let him know, you know, hey, who are you going to choose to be in this life? You're going to leave something behind to make it count.
Yeah.
It was really cool. And then we get back to Richmond, and I'm going to let Bro describe what happened in his series of events right there.
Okay. So pretty much what happened with me is I decided to go with Kate and save Richmond. On our way there, we find our friend Jesus, which you do find him as well, but that's a little bit. But yeah, me and Kate are... Okay. Me and Kate are on the bulldozer, scooping up zombies, chucking them everywhere. I have an AK-47 blasting all the zombies away, which that was another insane shot. I loved that. But yeah, so we were blasting away zombies with our AK-47, and then we got in the bus, get the little scooper thing in the front. He lifts us up, we push the button to open the gate, and that's when we let Jesus by, and pretty much that's how we save Richmond.
Right, and I learned it's called a busket. I didn't know that it was called.
Same here.
I had no idea what it was called.
Yep.
So yeah, basically, essentially, the difference is, you know, we have to get back to Richmond somehow, and with Bros' way, he goes with Kate and blocks the actual entrance for the walkers that are coming in that was caused by the explosion. In mine, I go after... I heard a beep. I heard that. I followed Gabe and David and saved them while Kate was doing the rescuing herself, which I'm assuming in mine. Oh, obviously. Okay. Kate dies in mine. David dives in Bros' gameplay.
Yeah.
While I'm doing the saving of David and Gabe, Kate gets bitten. While Bros is saving Richmond with the bulldozer and Kate, David gets bitten and dies while Gabe is saved by Clementine and gotten back to Richmond.
Yeah.
This is where we pick up where we all get back to Richmond and we're trying to get the herd out of there with Jesus that Bros was describing beforehand.
Yeah.
And when you saw Jesus there, what did you think? Because at first I didn't know it was Jesus.
Neither did I until I saw his face.
His beautiful face. This beautiful man's face.
Yeah, his man bun too.
And he had like freaking armor on.
Yeah, that was sick. That was so cool.
We get back inside, and in your playthrough, you actually put the bulldozer back in the spot, or you put the car there, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
In my playthrough, I didn't know what had happened, but I returned back to Richmond and I saw that Kate got the bulldozer back to that spot on her own, but it came at a cost. Well, we're looking for Kate, and we see her as a walker walking around, and we have the choice to either shoot her or let her walk away.
I was watching your playthrough and I was just, oh my, I was so shocked.
It brought back some feelings. I actually felt sad in that moment, and
you looked like you were gonna cry.
Yeah, it hit me because that's like this person that we were like being with the entire story. They're gone. Even though I didn't have the like super romantic connection, they were still part of the family, and it sucks that we had to lose them like that. But I chose to shoot her because that's what we've done with Lee and you know, anyone that we really cared about. We don't want them to be a walker. We want to actually let them rest. R.I.P. And then, okay, go ahead. What happened when you saved Richmond and things happened?
But yeah, we saved Richmond, And then I guess we were talking with Jesus or something. No, I guess we were just, what was that? Hang on, I'm gonna play and fast forward. Okay, so we open the gate, we place the big car down and block up the entrance where all the zombies are getting in. And then, yeah, I guess we just go back to the square where that big meeting was. And Clementine comes out with Gabe and she's like, David, he's gone. And it looked like Gabe was bit for me too.
Yeah, he had some markings on him and I was like, you good, dude?
Yeah, but he was just sad.
In the one where he's actually bit, where does he?
On the arm, and it looked so horrible. It was a massive bite out of his wrist.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it was so sad.
Well, that's pretty much.
I'll probably upload that ending just separately because the other endings are not that different.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think there's a total of 4 different endings that I saw. That I read about. And then after all that has happened, it says 3 days later, and we get to see, them placing up a picture of whoever died, right?
Yeah.
And in my playthrough, I noticed that they put Kate's picture right next to Joan's for some reason.
That happened with Gabe's picture and mine. The second one I did. Yeah. I
was very confused about that. I'm like, so the person.
Oh yeah, I'm glad I didn't kill Joan because her picture wasn't on the wall.
It made no sense to me, dude. But whatever. Did you have your talk with Gabe and Kate at the funeral place, or did it? Oh, you had it with Kate, right?
Wait, you had one with Gabe?
Yeah, my talk with Gabe. Well, Kate was dead in mine.
No, I know, but I just realized you didn't actually have a funeral for David. Did you?
No, because David's still alive.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, me and Kate went to a small funeral, and we were talking about how Kate was saying all David ever talked about was he was so he was so sure that he would die in the field. And then he was like, all I want to be buried, I don't want my body to be buried, I just want my dog tags.
Yep.
So
I get it. That's when people in the military, they're like that. They're just like, my life is my service or whatever.
Yeah. So we buried those, and then
she leaves the ring.
Yeah, she left the ring there. And I said, tell Pa I said hi.
Which was great. I think that was a fitting ending for David. Honestly, if that's how he was going to go out, he was going to go out with some like action going on, because that was who he was.
Yeah.
But I digress. That's pretty much the end of the new frontier, quote unquote. But then we pick up a little bit more into Clementine, where okay, do you want to start with this stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. You sounded so like sweet. You're like, yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Because Clementine's adorable. Oh wait, yeah, I forgot. Also, me and Kate are starting a family.
Right. Yeah, you and Kate are starting a whole family. You're gonna start over and let things ride.
But yeah, there's some. I'm gonna just go over the whole ending of mine because those are a few chats we had, and then you can go over yours because yours is a tiny different. But
sure, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we went out and we walked out of the church and we went and talked to Jesus, and he was pretty much saying like, hey, if you're gonna compliment this, or if you're gonna be the leader of this of New Richmond, as far as I'm concerned, this town's in good hands. And I guess you had the same conversation here too, right?
Yep, I do, and I pretty much agreed with him. I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna step up and take care of everything.
Same here. And I was pretty much saying like, Jesus, you're you're an awesome dude, and I really like you, bro. And then I said red armor, bro, and he was like, oh.
He's like, cool. Thanks,
Yeah,
bro.
what
Thanks,
was that
man.
about? Was there's, do you know?
No clue. He just got really awkward right then and there. I have no idea what that was.
I wasn't sure if I accidentally made an inappropriate joke or what, because I was so awkwarded out.
Yeah, no, you didn't make an inappropriate joke. He was just weird about it, so I
Oh,
have no idea. That was the first
maybe
time I've
he
seen
didn't
him be
like it.
weird.
Yeah, maybe he
Yeah,
didn't
I
like
don't
his
know.
armor. I don't know. But yeah, so I was saying, I think I'm gonna step up, lead this place, and he was like, hey, as far as I'm concerned, this town's in good hands. So yeah, Jesus is really nice. He's a really kind guy.
Really cool, really hip, and he can take on any walker he wants and get out alive.
Yep. So yeah, we both said we'll step up and lead this place. And then Gabe comes up, he's like, hey, Jesus. And then Jesus is like, hey, Gabe. And then he was pretty much just like, thanks for coming back, blah, 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 blah. And then after that, is this where Clementine comes in? Yes, it is. Oh yeah, me and Clementine are talking, and Dr. Lingard comes by for me.
That made me sad that I didn't save him. I totally remember.
Yeah. And he
saw that.
was
I'm like,
so
oh my
nice.
gosh.
He was like, unfortunately, there's not much I can thank you about right now, but I'm gonna keep looking, and I'm gonna keep looking for a way that I can say thank you for saving me.
Right, and then now that I'm thinking about it too, because you let him live, Richmond still has 2 doctors instead of just
Eleanor and
So you're better off than I am in terms of doctor support. So, yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad I saved Dr. Lingard. But also, instead of Dr. Lingard, you had a chat with your friend.
I am forgetting. Oh, Conrad!
There you go. There you go.
Me and Conrad had a talk, and I was so happy. Like when I saw him,
Yeah,
I'm like,
that
"Yo,
was such
dude."
a sweet conversation you guys had.
He was talking about Francine, and it was just like, I'm looking at it right now, and it's just like we got to see him go through all of his emotional stages. Like he went through his grief stage, he went through his regret stage, he went through his like acceptance stage.
Yeah.
And now he's finally at the point where it's like he's okay with everything that happened, and he's ready to settle down and just take his life wherever it takes him. But also, you know, he said that Francine liked to read, and now he's taken that upon himself to start reading.
I think that's one of the books that she gave to him, right? Yep.
I don't remember the exact title, but
No,
it
I
was
don't
something
either.
that she gave him, and he's finally reading it.
It
for
was
her,
so
and I was like,
sweet.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. That was
But-
such a nice moment with you guys.
Yep, and I wish you would have got to have it.
Yeah.
But somebody shot Conrad.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So after that, Clementine comes over and she's like, "Hey, can you help me with something quick?"
Yeah. And this was a great moment. I love this too. So pretty much, Clementine's saying, "Can you do me one more favor?" And I want. It cuts to a scene where we're cutting her hair, and her hair is so wild.
It is.
You can't see any of that.
Nope.
When her
it's all
hat
under
is
the hat.
Holy crap!
Yep. I mean, I'm wearing a hat right now. It's covering a lot of my hair too. So now thinking about it, I know why a hat hides so much if you let it.
Yeah.
It really does. But she was talking about, does AJ remember me? Does, was I a bad mom?
Yeah.
What were you thinking the entire time?
Well, before that, it was all about Gabe, and she was like, I think I gotta go and find AJ, but I'm gonna miss Gabe. He's pretty annoying, but I've gotten used to it, and it's nice to have someone to talk to. And I was like, the dude's got a Mondo crush on you, right? And she's like, does not. And I was like, oh my gosh, you have a crush on him too. I do not. And then Javi was
I
like,
call BS on that. I think they got a little crush on each other.
Javi was like, I give you my blessing. And she was like, I'm gonna take those scissors and stab you. I was giggling so much right there. That was so cute.
It was very cute, and part of me hopes that they maybe connect a little bit later, just say hi.
No, I don't. Maybe. I don't know.
When I say connect, I mean like reconnect. Just like, hey, how's things going with you?
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but
like
I don't know how next season's gonna play out. I think it's gonna. I don't know.
I have no idea either. We can discuss a little bit of that once we get to.
Yeah, we need to finish this.
But so basically, she talks about AJ. She hopes that he hasn't forgot her.
And I said there's no way anyone that meets you could forget you.
Right, yeah. Anyone that meets Clem never forgets Clem. Ever. Never, ever, ever, ever.
Even if you don't like her. Which, if you don't, then you're dead to me.
That's right. You're dead. We give Clementine a haircut. I thought it looked pretty decent, but Javier apparently was like, let's
Yeah, I liked it. You said she looked like a soccer mom. That's mean.
No, okay, so soccer moms can look good, and she pulled it off, and that's what I meant by that.
Okay. Well, you said it like a weird, sarcastic tune, so I didn't know.
Like a soccer mom, dude. But yeah, so then after we give her the haircut, then she says, I'm gonna take off, I'm gonna miss Gabe, and she
I gotta go find AJ.
Yeah, I gotta go find AJ, and we give her the thing like saying, bring him back here.
Yeah, bring him back. Oh yeah. Yeah. And it was that full circle because Javier said he played against that baseball team on her hat.
Yep, the Dodgers or whatever.
That was so good. I thought that was one of the smartest connections ever.
Yep, bringing it full circle. Like,
Speaking
hey, this is Clementine's hat.
Of that logo on her hat, Mitch showed me this a while ago. Yeah, so me and Mitch has
spoiler for
the show.
Yeah, season one of the show.
So pretty much I've gotten into the show of The Walking Dead. It's really good. Definitely recommend it if you have not seen it already. I think there's gonna be 11 seasons. 11th season is coming out sometime this next year, right? And that's the final. Yeah. So
final season.
Yep. So yeah. Spoiler alert once again. There's like an RV that they're all traveling in, and the logo on the RV is the same logo that is on Clementine's hat, which is really cool.
Super cool connection.
Yeah. So
it's pretty legit.
So yeah, that kind of ties in. It's like they put something in from the show. I'm sure there's probably a ton of Easter eggs, honestly.
Oh yeah, I bet so too. But like Bro said, we're kind of going up on 2 hours here, so we got to pretty much get this ASAP. So we give Clementine the haircut, and then it goes to like a really cool cinematic of Clementine leaving and saying goodbye to everybody.
He gave Gabe a nice hug.
Gave a nice hug, and okay, it's a little side note. Just let me throw this in. I know we have to end this quick. In the thing where Gabe dies, and Clementine is there, Clementine can actually give him a kiss before he dies, and he gets shot in the head. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. I will show you that a little later, but
I need to see that.
Yep. It's nice, but then Gabe dies, so it's not nice at the same time. So then Clementine leaves, and we get this nice cinematic of her going to find AJ, but I thought this was, Bros, I was watching you're like, this is so cool. Hey, she's doing her thing. And in my mind, I was like, Clementine, be quiet. Stop shooting your gun. You're going to attract them.
She wasn't being smart. And I was like, oh no. After I saw yours, I was like, oh no.
Yeah, she was being super irresponsible, not taking precautions, but it's probably just a cinematic and whatever.
No, but I'm also pretty sure that she was just distracted. She needed to get to AJ as soon as she could, so.
Correct. Okay, so then we get a little thing of how everyone felt about us.
And I'm not gonna read each bullet point, but I think it would be good if we say what our experience was like. Because for me, okay. So for me, my experience with David was compassionate. How was yours?
Mine was heartfelt.
Yeah, I think that sums it up pretty good.
That sounds pretty good with what we kind of went through for each character, or for him at least. How about Kate?
Also, I love that music that was playing. That was so good.
It's great, except for it copyrighted my stream, or my video. So
Was it a strike?
No, it was a claim, but
yeah,
I don't get to earn any money on it anymore.
Yeah, so for me, Kate was loving.
Mine was distant.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I also was very confused because it showed a picture of me and Kate kissing, and I never kissed her in the junkyard, so I don't know what that's about.
No, it's just showing like pictures from, I guess, the majority. Excuse me, the majority, I think.
Very interesting. I'm looking at my picture right now, and Javier has the slash in his shoulder from the cut when they're kissing.
Where?
In the photograph that was taken.
Let me see.
Okay,
yeah, that's the second kiss, though. That's in the car.
Second kiss in the car? I didn't kiss her.
Yeah, I know what you mean, though.
So, whatever. I didn't kiss her. Bros did, but my things were distant from Kate. All right, and then the next one, Gabe.
For me, Gabe was caring.
I had considerate. So,
okay.
It makes sense, I guess, for our playthroughs.
Yep. For me, the next part, New Frontier story, Trip died. Eleanor is still alive.
Still alive. Yep. Got that for me, too.
Next, what is it for you? The next two.
I have Ava and Lingard both dead.
For me, Ava's dead. Lingard is alive.
See, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And I'm glad you guys found out AJ's location no matter what. And I'm like, oh, wow, nice, cool.
Yeah.
The next one after that, I have Conrad and Jesus still alive.
Yep. For me, Conrad is dead and Jesus is alive. I wonder if Jesus can die. I don't think so. I don't. Nah.
Maybe.
I don't know how.
If anything, it would have to be while they're doing the raiding. But then again, you wouldn't have that interaction with him at the end then either. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna assume that he's still alive either way. Next two, Joan and Clint. For me, Joan is missing. So,
for me, Joan is dead and Clint is missing.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm happy with that. Although, I was thinking about this after the fact. Clint was the one that was giving us the option to leave, do things right.
And then we screwed it. You screwed it up.
I screwed him over and just shot Joan. So Clint may be in the next game looking for revenge or something like that.
Possibly.
So I don't know.
But then again, I have read. I don't know. It's not a spoiler. It's just kind of like. I think that was the end of that like kind of section. I don't think Javier and them are coming back next season.
Oh, you don't?
No, because I read that next season is focusing mainly on Clementine and AJ.
Really?
Yeah. So, I don't know. But I think
I'm still gonna hold hopes high because
but I do.
Not wrecked, so.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
I think Joan could come back for me, and like we're somewhere else, and we meet Joan like somewhere completely different, and maybe she's changed. I don't know. But
things have gone worse for her, and she helps you out somehow, or she joins you.
We'll have to see.
I don't know.
Yeah. Clint is dead.
The choices. What?
Yeah, Clint is dead for me.
Clint is dead, and then we have the choices. It says, "Did you stand on the ledge with David?" And
we both did.
92% of people did.
Yeah, another flat up, like no decimals.
Right, which is very surprising for this game. What did you say to David about Kate? And you confessed your love.
Yeah, I confessed my love. That was the majority, though, so you can't be mad at me.
Right, and 15.9% of people denied having.
That's a low number.
But David didn't believe me.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm surprised that you're like in the very, very small number of people that didn't even like do a relationship with her.
Yeah, I don't know. My mind was just like, hey, it's
like
my brother's wife, and I don't want to be in this weird situation thing with her. In the beginning, I was kind of like playing around with the idea of it, but then as things went on, I was like, nah, let's focus on survival and not necessarily the relationship right now. But
just from this one alone, about 82% of people had a relationship with Kate.
Let's see, I'm looking at it.
82.
Love, came clean. So then, yeah, wow, that is a lot of people.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Okay. Wow. I am in the low numbers. So nice. All right.
Next one. Did you fight David back? 36%.
36 seems high for like fighting back. And that, oh geez, that means 36.5% of people had David die no matter what. Oh wow.
Possibly
also,
more though.
Some guys in the credit, his name is Rocco Taco. I just oh, it says Telltale Pets. That makes more sense.
What?
I thought that was a person's name. Yeah, it says Telltale Pets. Max the dog and Ray, Pixel the corgi.
That's cool. So there's like pets on set?
That's pets on set. I'm guessing that's kind of cool.
That's really cool.
Turtle the turtle. So everyone, majority of people did not fight David, but some did. Did you go with Kate or with Gabe or after Gabe?
Wow! Only 36% went after Gabe.
Yeah, and
I'm rounding it.
I'm curious. I wish it showed what the final outcome was
of everyone
surviving. Yeah, I want to see.
Last season it did.
It did do that last season, but not this one.
But yeah, that's unfortunate.
So 35.9 went with Gabe and 64 went with Kate. So a majority went with Kate to save Richmond, and the rest went with or after Gabe to try to save him, try to save David, and that must have been not ended well for some of those people.
And then the final choice, did Clementine go along with you or go on her own? And for you, she went with you. For me, she went alone.
She went alone, which is very surprising. I don't know. Well, I get it now that I've read that it's the backstory, the flashbacks. But beforehand, I was like, why? What causes the differences and whatnot?
Right.
And part of me was assuming it was like, are you going along with her or with the things that she's doing? Stuff like that. But it had nothing to do with that. It was all about the flashbacks, which totally threw me off. So
okay, so that's all the choices. Before we end, I want to do a few things. It shouldn't be too long, maybe 10 minutes max.
Sure.
Okay, so first thing, what were your favorite moments from each episode of this season?
Let me think about that quick.
For me, make sure you're still there. I think he is.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just working quick.
Yeah, I think from episode 1, my favorite moment was probably just showing how like everything came to be. Like, does that scene actually no favorite moment from episode 1 was finding Clementine.
Oh yeah, that's probably up there with my favorite too. When I was thinking about it, I didn't even think about finding Clementine, but if we were, let's just say this. Okay, favorite moment is finding Clementine in this episode 1.
Yeah.
But without Clementine, what was your favorite moment?
I think it was how like at the beginning it started off with a completely new family, and you got to know them a tiny bit. You got to know their situation, and then like a tiny bit afterwards, it showed the whole family all grown up. I really like that.
I like that too. For my favorite moment without Clementine, probably I actually got goosebumps, and I was like, oh my gosh, at this moment. It's the moment where the girl is gonna bring the grandpa the cup or whatever, And they're like,
Oh,
and then you see the shadow of the dude in the door. And then
that
it
was
fades.
cool. Yeah, that was cool.
I was like, oh, this is so cool.
Yeah, that was really cool. Episode
okay,
2.
Yep, episode 2.
What happened in episode 2?
In episode 2, I think, is this when
It ended with us finding David.
that was episode 3. Episode 2, I believe, was after the raid at right? I'm pretty sure.
No, that's where it kind
raid-
of started.
Yeah, the raid at Prescott happens, and then it ends, and then we pick up being raided, or no?
No, remember it started off with the flashback of the army class. But before that, it was us burying Mariana. After that.
You're right.
So it ended with us finding David, knowing he's alive.
Episode 2?
Yeah, at the end of that. And then episode 3 is where we figure out about the new frontier.
Hold on.
I know for a fact.
Let's go through it. So there is episode 1 there. And then episode 2 is
that's where it was.
Got it. Yep, betrayed. Going there, and we see that David is alive right there. Perfect. Yep, you are more than correct.
Okay.
So from this one, oof, I'm not sure actually. For me,
Oh, I know what mine is. I know exactly. I'll go ahead and do mine. My favorite part from this season 3, episode 2 was I'll share 2. One was when Clementine dug the grave for Mariana. I just thought that was so sweet of her.
mm-hmm.
And then also where we saw Jesus in the train tunnels kicking those zombies like a ninja. That was insane.
I think my favorite point for this one was probably when we saw David. I think that was probably my favorite part, because in the moment I was like, yo, it's David, and I was really excited. But then all these emotions hit me like, oh my god, we are still alive, but he's the leader of this new, like, this gang that's been raiding people. And I had so many emotions.
Yeah.
But we find out what happens, but still. Okay, then episode 3. What are you thinking for that one?
How did that one end?
Let's see. I'm looking here. Looks like we here. Looks like this one is the one where we get locked up with, or we don't get locked up. We confront Joan about what's going on, and they pull their guns on me and David, and then sent to the prison area.
Oh, that's how it ends?
That's how it ends. Yeah.
Okay. I think my favorite moment from that one was, what was the beginning flashback? Let's see.
Okay, so for example, this is the one where we go to the warehouse and find out what's going on. Them scared.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Then that was.
I'm saying with this one, my favorite moment is the Conrad killing Badger part. For me.
Yes.
That was so good.
Yeah. But for me, I think just that whole warehouse scene was my favorite.
It was pretty legit. Yep, I totally get that.
Yeah.
And
wait.
Played that different. What?
Okay, that and the part where we had that flashback of Clementine stealing the meds from AJ, and then that heartfelt moment with well, no, it was when Javier and Clementine hugged.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it's when AJ was like,
that was so cute.
So cute, made me laugh.
Episode 4.
Episode 4. What do we got?
Pretty sure I already know.
Let's see.
Mine.
Looks like it's when we were locked up, and then the end of that one ends up with the trial happening with everything.
Yep. My favorite scenes, I have a few of them from that one. my top favorite scene from that episode 4 of season 3 was the flashback of Clementine and Ava, where Ava was like, "You and AJ, the light in the darkness."
That was very special.
Yeah, that made me feel so good, and Clementine needed to hear that.
Didn't you name your video that?
Yeah.
Yep, that worked out really well. She needed to hear that because she needed something to help drive her to keep going.
And then also another good scene I liked from that was not when me and Javier and Kate were confessing our love, when Chip was trying to do it to Eleanor.
He's like, "Oh man, with my mouth sometimes."
And then he was like, "Would you like to never see me again?"
Yeah, he was going off a little bit.
I thought that was pretty funny though.
So for me, I'd say probably I'm trying to think here. I think probably I liked when it was like a small moment, but it brought me back. When what's his name? Javi got cut on the shoulder, and then Clementine had to stitch him up.
Oh,
it brought me
yeah.
back to when she had to stitch up her own wound with the dog bite.
I mean, that's kind of towards the same moment that was my favorite, the light in the darkness. Yeah.
Light in the darkness had like something to keep her grounded in a way.
Yeah.
But same old. And then
yeah, that was a good scene.
Episode 5. What are you thinking for that?
I really like that beginning flashback a lot. Really, yeah. And also, probably just the entire ending.
Yeah, the entire ending was great. I think, based on the title of my final episode, I like the talk you had with your brother, which you didn't get to have, but the talk that you gave him once you finally save him and Gabe after the crash.
Oh yeah.
It kind of puts it in perspective and gives him, hey, this is what you leave behind, man. You got to make that choice.
And then I also really liked the sweet conversation with me and Trip.
That was so nice.
Yeah.
It was like, I wish I would have saved Trip.
So is that all your moments?
That's my moments, and then let's just finish this up with predictions for next season.
Yep, that's what I was gonna say.
What are you thinking, I guess, the overall story is going to be?
No.
I mean, besides, you read the thing about you and AJ, but do you have any idea of what could happen?
I think it's gonna be. I think it's kind of gonna be. Oh wait! I just came up with a mad theory.
Mad theory, man! Come on, lay it on me, dude.
Mitch, hear me out. Do you think from season 1? Do you think Lily can make a return?
I think she died in mine.
No, she didn't. Remember, she ran off. We both ditched her. She didn't die.
Died. I don't know. I haven't thought about that. I thought she was long dead, so.
I don't think so. Okay, well, I'm gonna call it that she comes back. Because, I don't know. I think that's one of the characters that could very well make a return.
Okay. And then how about Larry? Is he gonna come back?
No. No, we smashed his skull in.
What? In all honesty, with our endings, Kenny could come back as well.
That's true.
Think about that. Kenny could come back too. Let's see, who else could make it? I mean, Javi, if Javi reappears as well.
That'd be nice,
Javi survived both of our things.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think here. I mean, okay. Besides people surviving and coming back, what do you think the story might be? Do you have any
I think it's gonna be us teaching AJ
how to survive and stuff like that.
Like season 1 with Lee teaching Clem, but it's Clem teaching AJ.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty nice. I think that would probably be a good premise for a story, regardless of what they do. So, like, whatever the story is. What?
Oh no, I'm scared. I'm starting to tear up. I'm scared. Oh no. What if Clementine dies next season?
Well, it is called the final season, so
Oh no.
I have it in the back of my head. I don't think they would do that, but I have no idea.
Oh gosh.
Still, it's a
I hope it
possibility.
doesn't happen, but I think
what you said is more than likely true about, you know, how we're going to be teaching AJ the ropes.
yeah, 100%.
I don't know necessarily if we're going to be finding AJ. Part of me thinks that, you know, part of the story is going to be us finding AJ and getting
Possibly.
him back. But I don't know. Like,
But then
it's all up in the air.
again, you said that she's 18 in this one.
That's
That's
right.
like 5 years.
That's right.
Or yeah, she's like
Actually,
14 in this
wait,
one.
Let me retract my statement, because obviously in this one there were flashbacks too. So I don't know if what I was reading was like for like a flashback or like a flash forward. All I know is I just read age was 18. So it could be a flash forward, could be a flashback. I don't know for sure.
Well, we'll have to see, I guess. But I guess that's gonna wrap it up for this part. Anything else you want to say?
I don't think so. I think that pretty much covers it. Now you have my mind going, what the heck could be happening?
But hey, we're starting this week sometime, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this week we can. Oh, well, okay, so here's the thing. We can either do The Walking Dead or we can do It Takes Two. And I don't know if I'll have time enough for both. So you have to make your choice on that.
It Takes Two.
Yeah, I'd say let's finish that one. Maybe give ourselves some breathing room for The Walking Dead. And then.
Maybe we can do like every other week we're focused on one.
Sure, I like that.
Okay.
We can do that.
So like this week we can do It Takes Two. Then next week I'd say we finish episode 1 over the course of the week of season 4.
Yeah, let's do
Okay.
like one episode per week. I think that'd be
Yeah,
pretty legit.
every other week. Yep, I think that sounds good.
Awesome.
So,
All
yeah.
right, I think that covers everything, and that
Mhm.
that finishes up the
2-hour
final
podcast.
season 3. I
Yeah.
want to say thank you guys so much for joining for all of this. This has been quite the journey, and we still have one final season to finish up.
I'm worried.
I am too. I'm expecting anything at this point.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens, but I'm excited, and I want to say thanks everyone for joining. Please consider commenting and subscribing and liking to both of our channels for all of the hard work we've put into all of this.
Yeah.
And kind of expect the same thing for season 4. We're gonna kind of be doing the same thing with like doing the podcast and all the talking and stuff.
And we might be doing a few extra videos at the end. I want to do a tier list. Yeah, of all the characters.
So that should be pretty fun. I'm gonna signal off now and let Bros take off with his ending shortly. But I want to say thanks, guys, for joining, and I'll catch you guys in season 4. Peace. All right, you go ahead and do yours.
Alrighty, thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, turn on the bell so you do not miss the launch of season 4, as well as our new series starting tomorrow. Well, we're uploading this, I think, on either Tuesday or Thursday this week. So episode 1 of It Takes Two is already going to be out. Probably episode 3 or 2 as well. I'm not sure. But this is going to wrap it up here. Turn on the bell, all that, do all that. Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. But thanks for watching, and love you. Bye. Peace.